Hello everyone, this is Venom, and this is We Have London Entertainment, and I've got a little backstory for you for today. So, my dear wife is going on a work trip next week. I am going to be home alone with the baby. I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to make videos, especially the mod videos. In fact, even tonight I can't stay up that late. So, I'd actually had every intention of going through and finding a mod author to make a bit of a quicker video, do another mod author spotlight. And I noticed that there were a shit ton of actual mods I wanted to cover instead. So even though I am pushed on time, I have brought to you this week 10 mods for Starfield we're going to be going over. And a couple are even Halloween themed since that's coming up in a couple of days. So, starting off, we've got the Spooky Scary Skeleton. I'm going to go through and try not to edit these so you guys can see just how crazy my recording is sometimes. So I consider this like a little Halloween special even though it's a few days early. So this is a Spooky Scary Skeleton mod. Now you're gonna have to deal with hearing me clickety clackety on my keyboard because it is pretty loud. But it's a Spooky Scary Skeleton. It is created by Yeti and uploaded by Yeti, probably Yeti still. And this does exactly what it sounds like. It actually gives you a skeleton outfit you can put on. That looks, you are a skeleton. There's no other ways about it. You are a straight up skeleton in the game. Look at this. I like it. You can see it in third person, first person. It's amazing. Ugh, excuse me. Again, unedited. I've got the hiccups right now, so you guys are gonna have to deal with it this week. You get to see a little bit of behind the curtain, as it were. So that's Spooky Scary Skeleton by Yeti. We're gonna go through these a bit faster than I normally would. Again, whenever I'm making an actual mod spotlight video, I try to have actual gameplay in the background, have a little bit of that. When I'm doing the mod author spotlight, that's when I'm usually doing this without any background, but I don't have time to do the background stuff right now and edit that in, because I'm not going to have that much time to edit this tomorrow to get it out in time, and I do want to actually get it out on Sunday. So this is going to be not only unedited as much, but also no background gameplay, so keep that one in mind. Now, next up, we've got the Halloween Crowd. This one was created and uploaded by SoberX, and this one actually replaces a few hats in game with just some spooky hats here. So we can see, I forgot the Scream hat. I forgot his face was Leatherface. No, it's not Leatherface. We got Freddy Krueger, we got Jason, we got a pumpkin, we've got a witch's hat. I can't remember what that fucker's name is, Screamface or some shit. You guys are going to give me shit in the comments, I'm sure about it, but it replaces some NPC hats in the game with just Halloween themed masks, and yeah, they look pretty good. Nothing too crazy, nothing really game changing, just some really cool looking masks and hats to put on for Halloween when you're playing. So again, that's the Halloween Crowd mod. So I did have to edit one big thing out there, so we're going to go ahead and redo this part. So next up, we've got the Simple Cloaks mod. This one was uploaded by Capinia. We've also got a second mod of hers. We're going to go ahead and show it now as well, and that is the Realistic Lightsaber mod. Capinia actually did both of these mods. I was going to originally spotlight Capinia, but she's only got, and again I say she, it could be a guy. This mod author's only got a few mods on their page, like literally just 3. But the ones they have on there are so good, I wanted to go ahead and at least make sure I give them a little bit of a shout out today. So since there's only 3 mods, I can't really do a whole spotlight on them. But like I said, here's a cloak mod that they did. Looks really good. I like the way the cloak looks. It looks like it's hanging very naturally. I'd like to see some more colors at some point, but I do like the darker colors anyway, so for me this works. Here it is in game. And of course we've got the lightsaber mod, so we'll go ahead and move over to it. So these are all lightsabers in game right now. Double-bladed one there, Kylo Ren. So good stuff there. So Capinia did both of these mods. Go ahead and check that mod author out. We're going to be watching them for a while now. They are newer. I think they just joined last year, the Nexus. So so far, all the mods look pretty good that they got on their page. In fact, I'll go ahead and go to their page now since we're highlighting them right now. The last file that they have there was a poncho. It looks pretty good as well. So I like every mod that Capinia's got out there. They're 3 for 3. Go over and check them out if you like any of these mods, and let the mod author know what you guys think. But that'll be our little mini author spotlight since I didn't get to do a full one this week because I found so many awesome mods. Now, next up, we have got Spacestations. This is one of those mods where I didn't realize I wanted it until I saw it. But this is the Space Station mod created by Vex and uploaded by Vex the Collector. This one allows you to make your own custom space station using the shipbuilding minion. Now, I'm going to forewarn you that this one is a bit buggy, and there were a lot of posts in there kind of talking about it being a bit buggy. You have to have quite a few docs to get it to work. This is one that's definitely going to be a work in progress, and it's one that I see being a lot easier to implement once you get the creation kit. But for right now, if you want to make and use your own space station, make and use your own base, this is the way to go. This is the Spacestations mod, so go ahead and make sure you check that one out. This is another one of those things to where, yeah, I didn't think about it as something I wanted, but once I saw it, I definitely want a space station. So again, that's a Spacestations mod created by Vex. Now, no, this is definitely going to be one of those quality of life mods coming up, and is again one of those things to where, like, some of these mod authors, I don't know how they think about it. Like, thinking about it now, it's so obvious to do something like this, but this is not something I ever would have thought of, which is another reason I just love kind of delving into some of the mods. Like, if you're looking to mod your game, don't just look for like weapon mods and armor mods. Actually go through and check out the pages and see some of the stuff they have on here. Because our next mod right here is Seeking Out Stores, Navigate Using City Info Kiosks. This one is created by Winking Skeever and uploaded by W Skeever. I think we may have had a mod from them before in here, but this one actually sets or makes it to where the kiosks in cities, you can actually look up different shops and it will give you a quest marker to go there and find it. Now, there has been a big issue that there are no real good maps in Starfield right now as far as your area map to find stores and stuff. This kind of alleviates the need for that. Or it doesn't quite alleviate the need for it, but just helps for that. So if you're going someplace new, you're new to the game, or even if you are used to playing the game and still get lost easily, you can use a kiosk to actually help you find where you're going now. You can actually find these stores, or you may find a store you didn't know exist. A lot of stores sometimes, especially I notice when I'm playing, like a lot of stores that are like, you know, near the city entrance or like might be part of a quest. I mean, you're used to going there all the time. You'd be surprised how often I play a game and there's a store I'm unaware of. Like, it could be in Skyrim, it could be in Fallout, it could be... There are places I'm still finding in, like, the Elder Scroll and the Fallout games that I didn't realize sold stuff, so... again, this is Seeking Out Stores. This is a great mod. It's one of those quality of life mods that you don't think about until you see it, and then once you see it, you realize you gotta have it. Now, next up, we have got, again, another one that I believe we have featured on the channel before. A mod created by Lamb O'Rack and uploaded by Lamb O'Rack Was Gone. This is the Fallout 42 Power Armor. Now, we have actually featured some mods from this Project 42, which is apparently what this is being called, or Project 42 before on the channel, and this adds in basically a set of power armor to the game. Now, keep in mind, this is not going to be actual power armor that you would see, say, in Fallout 4 or Fallout 76. The framework for that kind of power armor, as far as I know, is not in the game. If you haven't played the Fallout series before, originally, whenever you got power armor, you would just kind of equip it like you would regular armor, but you needed a certain kind of training to do it. You would typically have to have either a certain perk from leveling up or learn that from the Brotherhood of Steel or something. In Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, they changed it to where it's not just you putting on pieces of armor, it's you actually basically stepping into what's damn near a vehicle. They really improved it from Fallout 4 onwards. I like it a lot better in Fallout 4. I might play Fallout 4 here soon. Focus. I really enjoy what they've done from it from that point on. But that framework for that particular kind of armor, what they did with that, I don't think is in Starfield. They may be able to add it in with mods. They may add that in the future with Starfield. We could get some kind of really cool power armor that's not Fallout-esque, but more Starfield-esque. Who knows? But for right now, we at least have some kind of armor that looks Fallout-ish. And you see, this is what it looks like. It's essentially a power armor themed spacesuit. You can tell that a lot of it was retextured and recolored. So it's just basically gray suit that looks like it's power armor. Still looks pretty cool. It still fits. Apparently this planet is in, like, I actually thought that this was Fallout there for a little bit, but apparently this is an actual planet in game. So yeah, this Fallout armor looks like it fits. I like it. So there, just one more reason to add more Fallout stuff to Starfield, or that people think that they are very connected. I mean, these two universes, I think, could very easily cross over, and we're seeing more and more mods that make that happen. Now, next up, we have not actually featured a mantis replacer on the channel for a while. Not that I think. We may have done it a couple weeks ago. But this is going to be our official mantis replacer for this week. This is the Halo 5 Linda over Mantis. This basically gives you Linda's armor from Halo 5, I believe. This is replacing the mantis armor in game. There you go. So again, I think the mantis armor is still probably the most retextured armor in the game, just because it looks so terrible, and because it always comes legendary. It's a perfect choice to retexture something. In fact, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, part of me wonders, because the mantis armor is always maxed out legendary. Part of me wonders if the developers didn't make that armor look so terrible on purpose because they knew people were going to replace it, and that would be an easy replacement. Like, now I'm thinking about it, that, you know, this is some conspiracy theory stuff here. I'm thinking maybe they wanted to put some kind of framework in to give people a really awesome set of armor that was going to be guaranteed legendaries, but there's no real way to do that in game. Like, you can't really put a sign up saying, "Hey, take this armor and make it modded." I think that mantis armor, it was either, and then when I say this, I actually hurt the designer's feelings, but either A, it was just a really big miss as far as a design choice, or B, they designed it that bad on purpose so that people can mod it for their playthroughs. Now, if I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry to whoever designed the armor, but unfortunately, it's going to be a no for me. But yeah, that's just my conspiracy theory for the week. But regardless, this one was created and uploaded by TJ2. So again, that's the Halo 5 Linda over Mantis. Now next, we've got two more mods that are, again, not ones I would normally think about, but ones I'm glad they were going to be added into the game. This first one is just called Nades. It is created by Yeti and uploaded by RedX Yeti. This one just adds in several grenades to the game. What was it? Here we go. It adds in cryo, stun, gas, and Tesla grenades, and a couple mines to the game as well. Honestly, I'm pretty sure there were a bunch of grenades in the game already, but I didn't notice that these weren't in there. So again, this is one of those things to where I didn't notice it wasn't there, but now that I noticed it, and now I see a mod for it, I gotta have it in there. Now the Fallout, especially Fallout 76, they've added in a lot of new grenades here recently, and I say recently, in the last few years. And there are grenades like this in Fallout 4, so yeah, these are ones that are definitely easily jump over the genre to Starfield. So these are very good grenades to have in the game. And again, just something that it feels like it should have been in the base game and it wasn't. And now that you've seen it, it's kind of hard not to have it in there. And finally, we have got the Avontech Deployables. This one was created by, I know I'm going to say this wrong, but here we go. Kiosks. I know I said it wrong. Kiosks. Yep, I'm saying that wrong. Kaosnyrb. Created and uploaded by the same person. And this one adds in a few very interesting things. So I'm going to read this one directly off the list. But it's going to give you a bunch of deployables, as well as a couple other really cool things. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you an idea. So in Applied Communications, you can actually basically call in backup from the UC, from the Freestar, Crimson Fleet, and the Trade Authority, as well as being able to scan for some stuff around. Like I said, you can scan for Trade Authority shipments, you can scan for lost in equipment, and connect to local mission boards to acquire new missions. That is under Applied Communications. That is a lot of different stuff under communication, but in that, you basically have SOS beacons, you've got different ways to get missions, you got different ways you can go and try to get stuff to sell. That's a lot of stuff under one umbrella, and that's not all we got either. Under Applied Biology, there are basically ways they set up to where you can actually summon creatures here. For example, they got it to where you can set summoning Caxi bugs, Shoutout, I know I'm saying these wrong, Gorilla bugs, basically summoning in creatures to aid you in battle. And we can also summon in mini drones, security robots. You can summon in rockets. Basically, a bunch of stuff you can summon into the game to help you out. So this is a really diverse and a really cool mod that not only am I going to check out, I think, again, is one that I feel like could have been in the base game. And some of these have actually been in previous Bethesda games. We actually had it to where you can summon creatures. I mean, think about like Skyrim. You can obviously summon creatures in, but there were also things like pets you can bring in too. Calling in backup. I mean, you get things like radios in the Fallout series where you can actually call in backup to come and help you for stuff. You can get help beacons. So these are all things that, again, could be in the base game. And now that you know they're not and you see there's a mod for it, it's kind of hard to not actually put those in the base game or hard not to mod those in. So that's a good one. Again, that's Avontech Deployables. By the name, I cannot say. And yeah, that's going to do it for today. So that's our 10 mods for this week. Again, I had completely planned on doing just a mod author spotlight, but there were so many awesome mods to add in this week, I had to go on ahead and get those mods out. Even though I didn't have time to record any kind of background footage, and I don't have a whole lot of time to actually edit out the videos, you guys get to kind of see the raw, behind the curtain footage. I only had to cut one part out of all this because I made a massive mistake and had to go back, and I just kind of let you know. I didn't realize that, let me make sure I'm looking at the two mods right. I didn't realize that the Simple Cloaks mod and the Lightsaber mod were by the same mod author. I saw those two separately, and I thought that there was an update from one from the other. Long story short, I didn't realize that they were both from the same person, so I had to go back, correct that mistake. Felt like a jackass, but that's also when I realized that that mod author is basically 3 for 3 as far as uploads for me of mods that I like, so that's good stuff. But that's going to do it for me for today, guys. I am going to be heading out here. I am going to go ahead and record maybe tonight, maybe on through the rest of the week. I'm going to go ahead and start my Elden Ring playthrough. I'm leaving Cyberpunk on hold right now because every time I actually tried to play that earlier today, and I just got depressed just loading into that thing. Just remembering how our playthrough ended as far as Phantom Liberty like that. That's one. I still love Cyberpunk 2077 to death to this game, or to this day. But every time I play that game and I get to an ending, it is so soul crushing. And what's funny is it doesn't necessarily have to be as far as like if these scenarios are playing out in real life, but just knowing how all these endings go, they're so soul crushing, and it's hard to go back into that one. That, and I've got so much stuff I want to do that it's hard to just kind of harp on one game. So we are going back to Elden Ring. I'm going to be starting my playthrough here soon. Again, I'm going to be doing a strength playthrough with some faith in there. It's basically going to be the guts build. It's going to be fun stuff. I'm going to give my tips and tricks as we go through it. And hopefully we hear some actual news about the DLCs for not only that game, but for the game we're doing the video on right now, Starfield. So, thank you all for coming by. Please like the video if you like what we're doing here. Comment down below if you see any mods or mod authors you want me to check out. And please subscribe to the channel. We are trying to help the channel grow, and every subscription we do helps us do that. Thank you all for coming by, and we will see you later.